Sonic the Hedgehog, The Werehog's Awakening Chapter 5, New Form, New Sights.
I didn't know what to think even as I stared at my new reflection. Surely I was dreaming. I had to be dreaming, right? I slapped myself in the face, and it turned out I wasn't dreaming. I really did transform into a hideous beast.
Nope, definitely not dreaming.
I said to myself. Then, I touched my throat, realizing that my voice had shifted from being smooth to gruff.
Wait, was that my voice? Why do I sound like this? What the heck happened to me?
I looked back at my reflection, looking at my new form. First thing that hit me, I happened to realize how big I was. Originally, I'm like around 3 feet, but I literally doubled that in this new appearance, making me 6 feet like this. It was no wonder I was struggling to get back up to my feet. My face was the first thing I looked at. Aside from fangs coming out of my mouth and my lengthened ears, my muzzle had indeed gotten slightly longer at one arm of my head. I happened to notice some silver trimmings on my quills. It made them look prettier in the moonlight, in my opinion. Now I could look at the rest of myself. Of course, I had the fluffy fur, but then my arms caught my attention and knuckles came to my head. My arms had gotten bigger than his, and had a lot more muscles stored in them. Around my wrist was a patch of silver fur that separated my hands from the rest of my arms. They almost looked like cuffs. That's when I looked at my shoes. They had changed and really had me surprised the most. They were more metallic, had spikes on the top, and even were spiked on the soles, making them look like cleats. Well, looks like it's gonna be a while before I can get used to this. I thought to myself. One thing was for sure, I had to hide this from Tom, Maddie, even Tails and Knuckles. They couldn't see me like this. They'd be scared for sure. I couldn't even go home like this. Sure, I was able to slip out of my room without being noticed. But if Tom noticed that I was gone, I would be in a ton of trouble. A thought then came to me. I was like those werewolves from those comics I've been reading. Had I really transformed into a werewolf? I shook my head, realizing that the thought was wrong. I wasn't a werewolf, but a werehog? This was starting to get crazy. Never a million years would this actually happen to me. I really was like one of them werewolf people in the comics I've been recently reading about. I felt my ears twitch at the sounds all around me. I'd only experienced the forest once at night, but like this, it was even better. There were frogs croaking in the distance, crickets chirping, and I even heard a stream flowing. So I then had an urge all of a sudden as soon as I looked up at the full moon above me. So without hesitation, I let up my first howl. It felt really good just howling at the moon like that. It really soothed me. Next thing I knew, I started sniffing around the area. My nose was picking up a lot of new scents I've never even smelled before in my whole life.
Wow, who knew the forest had all of these soothing sounds and new smells?
I said to myself. Yeah, I still had to get used to my new voice, as I spoke myself even when I heard myself talk. It just felt weird having a deeper voice, so I could hear and smell stuff. Surely I could do more. I tried running, but it seemed as if I couldn't run as fast as I used to when I was in my normal hedgehog appearance. I was somewhat slower in this form. It was odd though, since I only do morning runs anyways. My strength has increased, and I could also stretch my arms at very long distances. Guess those were some of the perks for being Werehog. I felt better, so I decided to return home. Hopefully no one would see me like this. The walk home was really soothing to me. My ears picked up the soothing sounds, and I would always stare at the moon and stars above me. It really was a peaceful night, and I enjoyed it a lot. Eventually I arrived home. Everyone must still be asleep, which is a good thing if I can slip back in my bedroom window without anyone seeing me. Then I should be good. I thought to myself. At first, I thought it was gonna be hard climbing up the side of my home, but since my arms got bulkier, I couldn't endure the climb and make my way back to my room. It was 3 in the morning, so I wasn't outside for very long. Part of me wanted to check on the others, but the other half said to stay in your room until morning, so I did just that. It was hard climbing back into my bed due to my larger size, but it was a good thing my extra weight didn't break my bed fully. As for taking my shoes off, it was actually quite easy since they had also gotten larger to fit in with this body as well. I didn't really need my bed covers since my fluffier fur kept me warm during the rest of the night. Before hitting it, I looked at my now tattered socks for a few moments and happened to see that my feet had also changed as well. Why am I not surprised? I thought to myself. I looked at the full moon one final time before I slowly drifted myself to sleep.